Chelsea Clinton is getting married. We know the location, Rhinebeck, New York, and we know the groom, Marc Mezvinsky. But all the other details are being guarded like the nuclear codes. Tomorrow on The Early Show, they'll be covering the proceedings, and anchor Erica Hill is here to fill us in on the pageantry. Welcome, Erica. Okay, so what do we know? Do we know anything more than those two facts?
We know that there are a lot of people in Rhinebeck, New York, who are expecting a big wedding. It is reportedly taking place at Astor Courts. You know, this is a sprawling estate, and there's been so much activity there. CBS obtained pictures of tents being put up. There's also been a temporary no-fly zone put in effect for, I believe it's 1.5 nautical miles within the area, which covers part of the Hudson too, because it's a beautiful venue that looks out over the Hudson. So, in terms of security, there is a lot. It's not just the roads in town leading there, but it's the airspace too to keep people and paparazzi out. And that no-fly zone is 2,000 feet. And then also when you've got the river as well, all these different points of entry. So we know there's been a lot of activity there. There have been some people that said, where they live in Rhinebeck, they've been told the roads are going to be closed down there for a certain point on Saturday, so it's going to make it a little tough for them. But everyone is really, really quiet. They have done a great job with whatever the confidentiality agreement is that they had people sign. It must be ironclad because no one's talking.
And we have, obviously, a former president and we have a Secretary of State. What other kinds of stars or dignitaries or names might be appearing, or is that also a tight kept secret?
Little tidbits are trickling out. We know that President Obama said yesterday he will not be attending. So we have a no there. There were some rumors of Oprah that's kind of gone back and forth. Barbra Streisand, though, reportedly will be attending. That's the latest word. Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen are very good friends, so I think it's expected. A lot of people expect for them to be there. Past dignitaries, obviously, or past staffers. There's been some talk that Lisa Caputo, who of course worked for the Clintons, that she may be there. So there are names being bantered about. It's very difficult to nail anybody down. Even people who know people who are going seem to be really respecting the wishes of the Clintons, and specifically Chelsea, to keep it quiet.
Well, and so in all of this secrecy, though, what do you have planned for the coverage of it?
We are just going to blow it all wide open. We wish, right? We have some great stuff coming up tomorrow on the show. We want to give you a little feel for the town of Rhinebeck, give you an idea of why Chelsea and Marc chose this location, because it's a beautiful area. It's actually going to be my first time up there as well, and I've heard nothing but great things about the town and about the people. We're going to sit down with the editor of the Hudson Valley News. He, of course, is the guy who broke this story, who said, look, I know they're getting married here. I know it's July 31st. We'll talk to him. Hopefully he's got a few more tidbits for us in the morning. We're also going to talk about the security, which you and I just talked about a little bit. But how do you secure an event like this when you have a current Secretary of State, a former president, and likely a few other very high-profile people? So we'll look at that. Also, what do you get for the bride and groom who likely have everything?
That's right, and I wonder what the parents will get them. But you also mentioned you'll have Doris Kearns Goodwin, the historian, on to talk about these
which
things.
We're really looking forward to. So we're going to talk to her a little bit about weddings of first daughters past, because they've been done in a number of different ways. You look at Jenna Bush just a year or two ago when she got married. She was fairly private, maybe not as private as Chelsea Clinton, but she put out a couple of pictures, did a little bit of beforehand, and it seemed like it was just enough of a taste to satisfy people's curiosity, and they kind of left her alone. So interesting to see how she's handling things, and then how things are working right now with Chelsea Clinton, who's trying to keep it all so close to the vest. And it's working and it's not working.
Well, and people may think this is a part of the modern age, this obsession over the children of presidents and former presidents. But Doris Kearns Goodwin probably can talk about the Lyndon Johnson daughter when she was married. It was a full-day coverage on the news when there weren't, so many networks, and it was all day long they covered the thing.
Absolutely. So we will talk a little bit about that. And for a lot of people here in the U.S., I mean, this really is equivalent to a royal wedding in other countries, because whether or not first children would like their lives to be private, to a lot of people, they are a very public figure, and they figure out as well, you're the daughter of my president, my former president, so I want to know what you're doing. There's really a very keen interest in all first children and in the first families. So we will look back at a few of those.
That's great. Thanks so much, Erica. We'll look forward to it tomorrow.